Welcome back, fellow gamers. I want to talk to you today about whether or not you should buy Friday the 13th, the game, and just go over pretty much what you'll be getting when you buy the game, what's unlocked, what's the premise of the game, and so on and so forth. And I'll also talk about which platform to get it on. It's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Steam. And then finally, after all that, after I've done my talking, I'll play a game and just give you a look about how to play. So, what do you get? So you obviously, for $40, you get the game and you get some counselors unlocked and some versions of Jason. I'll show you what the counselors are, not exactly who they are, simply because with DLC that might go down later on, that might change. They might add more in for free or paid. We're not too sure yet. They haven't really given us a time frame on what to expect in terms of DLC. So whether it's maps, characters, skins, clothing packs, whatever, we don't know. But you do get a few counselors, and these are your counselors. So you will have a unlocking system where everybody will be available to you eventually, depending on what your level is at. So once you get to a certain level, you'll unlock a certain character. And the counselors here are pretty reflective of, you know, the 80s, I guess, style. Like, it's actually pretty cool. They've done a good job with differentiating the characters. So I'll just go down a character breakdown here. So first of all, counselors on the top and then the counselor name. CP9, that's the actual in-game currency. So I only have 9 points left, and those are customization points. You use customization points to either, for counselors, unlock a perk. So you would get a perk, pay 500 custom points or whatever they call it, CP, and you would then get a perk, either and you see the quality on the right hand side: poor, common, uncommon, rare, and epic. So once you get the said perk, you can then sell a perk if you don't like it. So if I wanted to sell this perk, I could do it for another 500 CP. I'm unsure if I want to do it for this one or not yet, so I'm kind of leaving it there. And your character can hold, each character can hold 3 perks. They don't all have to be the same perks, because each playstyle is different. So if we notice, underneath we have stats. I'm showing you Deborah because Deborah's actually my favorite counselor to play as. So you have composure, luck, repair, speed, stamina, stealth, and strength. So I'm not going to go over each of them. Suffice to say, each trait affects a certain playstyle. So if you're somebody who wants to be able to repair things easily, and they want to be able to get away and slip away from Jason, Deborah would be your playstyle. If you're more of a guy who wants to just run as far and as fast as they can when they see Jason, and they don't really want to mess with dealing with seeing Jason, then maybe Chad's the way to go. One thing I always like to point out is that clearly he looks like that privileged kid, and his luck is at 10. I love that. That to me makes it so funny. And I like that the counselor, or not the counselors, but Gun Media have gone to that length, right, to really play around with stereotypes and just a bit of extra humor. So we also know that there are clothing, so different skins. You unlock them, it looks like, depending on whatever level you go to. One thing I will say is that so far the skins aren't that great. They're just like different colors. In this case here, it's a fairly remarkable change, but some of the colors for some of the people are ridiculous how little they've changed. So like, we'll just look at the pants. Oh no, it's a bad example. That's a bad example. There's one of them here that's pretty bad. One of them here, I think it's Adam. It's got to be Adam, yeah. So, I mean, they're not really that big a difference. I think Bugsy is another one. It could be, yeah. So while there's a big change between those two, these ones here, Now, I think they have mentioned something about, or people have asked about clothing DLC. I'm assuming that's what's going to go down. And I'll show you Jason, so you do get a few Jasons. In my opinion, one of the best ones is already unlocked right away, which is part 3. Why is he so good? Well, his strengths are right into my wheelhouse on how I like to play Jason. Each Jason will have a strength and weakness set. In this case, he can run. Now, his running isn't a sprint of any stretch of the imagination, but it is fairly good, and definitely his weapon strength means that you hit harder need fewer swings to take somebody down, and his grip strength. So one great way of killing counselors is you grab them, and then after a certain amount of time, you can perform a certain type of execution. Increased grip strength will make it harder for counselors to break out of that grip. So if you want to have some really cool grab kills, there are some right over here. Now I haven't really unlocked any because it does require custom points or customization points to unlock, and they're purely aesthetical. So while there are certain achievements for doing different kills in different ways, I feel that just spending my money until I get the perks that I really want, at that point afterwards I'll spend customization points on this. There aren't any microtransactions that I have seen or even on the roadmap for this game, so I don't think you can go ahead and buy customization points. To be honest, I don't think you really need to. Play the game long enough, you'll unlock the stuff. It's really, and they're varying. Like this here is 2,500 customization points. I've seen this. Oh, I just got someone that subscribed to me. I don't know if you guys heard that. And that goes on through my house at all nights of the day, just so you know. Anyways, yeah, so getting back to that actually threw me off. That's actually a really cool kill. I don't know if I would spend 2,500 points. I'd rather just roll 5 perks, hopefully, and get some good stuff. So those are, actually, I'll show you a few of the other Jasons. Now, I'm not at level 31 yet, so he's the only Jason I don't have unlocked. Now, there is a certain Jason that isn't unlocked, and that's because it was for the Kickstarter backers, and I'm kicking myself for not going through the Kickstarter, because I knew I was going to get this game, but I wanted to, wait and see just in case. P.S. This is also a really good Jason, probably my favorite Jason to play as. And yeah, I'm just kicking myself because it looks like a fun skin. I would definitely like to use it. It's unfortunate I'm not able to, but if anybody at Gun Media would like to throw me a code for a skin, I definitely would say no. So those are the Jasons. They have talked about utilizing more Jasons or Jason variants. I know Jason X was on the Kickstarter funding page, so if that was like the top tier, the top stretch goal, if they reached that stretch goal, they were going to do it. Like people are talking about like Jason in Manhattan, doing that map for Jason in Manhattan. I definitely would like to see a few other maps as well. Like there are currently 3 maps, and they're fun. And no 2 games will really play the same depending on where you spawn, who you're working with, what kind of Jason is following you. But you can tell that people are already starting to know where stuff is, even though there are random spawn spots for most of the items. Generally, like the car's going to be at a certain place, the boat's going to be at a certain place. The gas can and all that stuff is kind of hard to find, and so are the keys. So that's good. Not everything is always in the same spot, so it doesn't become a case of, okay, I have to go here and then I have to go there. No, it's like you're being dropped in the spot. I got to find this stuff. At least I know where the car is. But now I got to go searching the map. I got to find a map so I can see where I am. Got to find a walkie-talkie so I can communicate with other people, and then go about trying to survive. And I gotta say, playing as a counselor when Jason is chasing you, like you start to sweat a bit. It's actually pretty fun. That's not a thrill that I'll see going away. I'm not gonna get bored of that cat and mouse game at all. I think it's fantastic. And playing as Jason is really fun. Now, there are a lot of complaints. People think that Jason is OP. I gotta tell you, Jason should be strong. He should theoretically kill most everybody in a game. That's just the way it is. It's a 7-on-1. You can't have Jason on a lower strength because how is he going to manage to really eliminate most of the people? He's playing as the bad guy in this game, and bad guys are supposed to be strong and near undefeatable. So there are people that call for him to be nerfed. I don't think he should be nerfed whatsoever. He does not deserve a nerf at all. At all. So we're going to, while I'm doing this, so I'm on Xbox, and the servers right now are offline. So that's one thing that you need to know if you're looking at buying a certain edition. So if you own multiple platforms and you want to be able to play with random people, this is the way you would do it for Xbox, but on Steam and PS4, you're good to go. You are good to go. So I'm going to join this as I continue talking about what platform that you should play it on. I've played it on both Steam and the Xbox One. I haven't played it on the PS4, but I have noticed quite a few people are playing on the PS4. We'll get this out of the way, that the fact of the matter is that the game looks great on Steam. It looks great, as it should be. And really, at this stage of the game, I decided to go on Xbox simply because I had... yeah, I have a mic. So, at the stage of the game, what's going down is really... I decided to get this because I want to play with my sister. I want to play with some of my friends that only have an Xbox. I prefer the game with the controller, but you can easily, if you have a controller that is attached to your PC, you're good to go. You're really good to go, and it's not going to be an issue of getting used to keyboard and mouse. I wasn't a big fan of the keyboard and mouse, so I quickly switched over and stuck in my Xbox One controller into my gaming PC, and then I was off to the races. The graphics are pretty bad in comparison for Xbox. They're not bad by any other stretch of the imagination. They're just not up to the par, which is completely normal. That's not a knock on the game, but if you are somebody that really likes to pay attention to the graphics, Xbox is probably not where you want to go. The game does look good on the PS4. So it would definitely go Steam, PS4, Xbox One in terms of looks. Now, I will say that the community for Xbox is pretty fun. Generally on the up and up, they're a good bunch. I've only met a few toxic players. In the few games that I played on Steam, I met more toxic players than I have the whole time I've been playing this game. So, should you buy Friday the 13th? I say yeah. I say totally. It's a fun game. It's a unique game. Now, people are going to compare it to Dead by Daylight. And while that's, a fair comparison, there's also a game like Evolve. This game, it's done differently. I've played both Dead by Daylight. I played a lot of Evolve. And really, this game is heads and shoulders above the other two. It just makes it so that it's just a good adaptation of an IP, a horror IP that really I didn't know that there'd be. I didn't think I'd be able to have this much fun in the game. Put it that way. So I'm going to concentrate here. That's my opinion. And I'll let you know, I guess I'll do a post-wrap after this game is done. I'm trying to get a bit of content. You won't be able to hear the other players. I've turned that off for this video. So we will do this here. And if you're trying to decide and you'd like to play with somebody who streams the game, I do stream this game fairly often on Xbox One on my channel. So my live streams generally start at 9 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to come by. Definitely always willing to play with you guys. So if that factors into your decision any, there you go. Oh, I got a radio. Alright. I'll take that wrench. So here we want to search most of the spots, because you can get either other weapons or I don't know. You just want to arm yourself at this point. Now there's a strict list of what's better and what isn't. There we go. Now here, oh, actually I ran into some rocks. Sometimes I do that. Now you can always get a map from these map areas, so you know. A lot of people don't know. Sounds good. Alright. We got gas. Okay, we're not fighting much. We're not fighting much here. This guy's being an idiot. So actually, this is like the first time where I haven't found anything. I actually had a problem with the guy. Yeah, you're terrible. This guy. Well, I was hoping to show you guys a good game, but that guy wants to be an idiot. I get a phone call. Oh, that's fun. And this guy's missing me all kinds. I forgot to turn my phone on silent. It's this guy here. He's next to me. He keeps hitting me. What's his name here? It's Turtle King 162. I'm trying to call him Tommy Jarvis, but this guy keeps hitting me. Oh my god, this guy's an idiot. This guy's not letting me call him Tommy Jarvis.
Is anyone there? This is not a prank. We need your help. Jason is killing us.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna kill this guy. That's what's gonna go down. I've actually not experienced this before. This is the first time I've experienced it. But yeah, definitely not fun. But to say that, you know, this is the first idiot that I've come into contact with. Just ironic that that's, you know. Oh man.
Holy shit. God. Is that a dead body? What happened?
But like these guys are absolutely two betrayals. Like I'm gonna at least avoid this guy because he's.
Please, no.
He's an idiot. Like no other way of saying it.
Please, no. Oh.
I don't know. They used to have an option on Xbox to avoid player, but looks like they took that out. So now I just report and block. Well, no Tommy Jarvis came in. Oh, unless that was one of the. It's funny because I muted him because he was yelling into the microphone. So. I tell ya. I'll play another game since this wasn't a good representation. But honestly, that was ridiculous. that was utter ridiculousness. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, you did. Oh, that was definitely a lot of fun. The host has left the game. That's to be expected. All right, we'll find another game here. All right. So I only got about 500 experience. I got 564. You apparently the way that it goes here is you earn renown, not renown. Renown is a completely different game. You earn customization points equal to a percentage of whatever your experience was. So apparently it's like 10%. So maybe I earned 600 experience points. I wasn't really paying attention, but you can obviously go back in the video and just double check. So I was at 4, now I'm at 64. Not bad. Hey, what's up, everybody? Now, the servers are also supposed to be, the game's supposed to be hosted on servers. However, that is not the case with private matches. Private matches goes to a P2P client. So, you know, we're all hooked into whoever the host is. So as you can see, that's my latency. Little Harry 10 is the host, and I gotta say his latency isn't that great. So I'm actually gonna just back out because we're not gonna get a good game in. That's trial and error at this point. Nothing to really worry about once you get into matchmaking. However, I've yet to experience matchmaking in its truest form. You know, that other guy really annoyed me. It's like, come on, dude. Why do you have to be so annoying? Why do you need to be so annoying? Now, generally, it's easy to find. Oh, see, so that game's full. Go to 12 new posts. Let's see here. Join. Oof. What? Really? Alright. There we go. There we go. Generally, it's fairly easy to get a game now. This should be patched relatively soon, so if you're watching this in the future, you'll most likely be able to just get into a game easily on the Xbox One, so you won't really necessarily need to go through this whole process that I'm going through. It's actually a process I didn't even know existed until this game because there was literally no way of finding games. It looks like the game might have crashed, so that's another thing. The game does crash quite a bit. That is because of the lack of a patch that comes through the Xbox One. It's supposed to be patched today. We'll see. We'll see, honestly. Oh, did I make it in? Yes, I did. Yes, I made it in. But despite all that, despite the crashing, despite the toxic player, I have fun. I have a lot of fun in this game, so honestly, I'm willing to overlook it. Not an issue for me. So oh, there's another potato bag. So I'm a part 2, Jason. Oh, this could be me or the other guy. There's a 50-50 chance. I love playing as Jason. I love playing as Jason. Is it me? No, it's not me. So I spawn right next to the lodge. You want to get away from the lodge ASAP.
This can't be real.
ASAP. Let's see here. This is a bum room, but it's fine. Jason, generally I say get away from the lodge because that's where he'll spawn first. He'll usually spawn first. Now, I'm also, as a new player, you should not really be running everywhere. I have a few perks that make it harder to detect when I'm running, so that's why I run. That's essentially what it is. My character is pretty stealthy, so not usually an issue. I got the keys. Don't have a radio, though. Okay, so you hear the music changing. That means Jason's close by. These here are good for me. There. Oh, this place already been. Oh no, I looted that. Da-da! That it's. So on the mini-map, if you look now to my left, that's where Jason is. I'm gonna get away because he's paying attention to the other guy. And a good tactic is to reinforce the doors. Reinforcing doors is a good idea. Makes it so that Jason takes longer to get in, whereas otherwise he'd just be able to open the doors. So the first things I'll generally do is go lock both doors. In this case, there's a few things there, so I decided to just pick them up on my way. Generally, there's either a flare gun or a shotgun in here, but there isn't this time. So the game is really trying to find the pieces to the puzzle, trying to get everything out into the open. So this calls in the police. That fuse there calls in the police, and I'm playing as Deborah, so I can actually repair things fairly easy. Yo, do you know where the fuse box is? I have the fuse. You're not answering. Alright, so I'm gonna go down. We broke the glass there. So if I were to get out of that window, I would be damaged. I'm gonna run. At this stage of the game, I need to get crouching will help rejuvenate your hit points, so you know. Person is already hiding near the exit. Makes him easy target. And I found gas as well. Oh, I already got a radio. Good. I have the fuse. Does anybody know where the fuse box is? Northern water or southern water? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm already here, so I'll check it out. So the guy said it's southern. So it's really hard to communicate with your team when you don't have a radio because it's only proximity chat. Whereas as soon as you get a radio, you can talk to anybody else that has a radio. I'll leave the key there. Now the keys generally you want to keep with you, but the pocket knife is good because if Jason grabs you, you're able to use that into the neck to break 3, and that's kind of what we want. Now, let's see if it's... I don't think it's here, so I'm going to keep going. Keep going this way. And there's a flashlight you could use. Generally, like it's good to use this so that you could reduce your fear. Because the more scared you are, the more your character panics and trips. And not only that, the more that easily Jason can detect you. There's no fuse here. No, there's nothing on the south side on all 3 houses. I'm gonna go to the other house. Just so you guys know, the keys are in the house to the most right of the map. Southeast house. I don't have enough to carry it with me. Alright, so maybe it's over here. Not here. So that means that it's probably at Packanack Lodge at this point. And that's right where Jason is. So we are gonna have to go in the belly of the beast, so to speak. Belly of the beast. So this is a generator. Here Jason knocks those out in order to scare people. People are in the dark, they get scared. Nope, nothing there. I'm literally at the start of where I started the game. I did a big circle around the map. There's only one other person that's talking, which is unusual. Generally, there are more people to be able to talk and converse with. In this one here, only one guy's using his radio. Maybe the other people don't have a radio. I don't know. But generally, this amount of time, I went around the whole map, I would have already been caught by Jason. So I'm assuming that just Jason isn't that good. Which, I mean, the game's new, so that's to be expected. Yep. No. No, I went to those 3 houses. So I've been to pretty much. I'm the most northwestern one. That's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I'm just doing a detour to go on the top because I did the bottom 3. I did the one that's right over it. I did Packanack Lodge. I did also the one that's on the far left where the 2 people are. And I haven't found it yet, so I'm going up north to check those houses. The keys, though, if ever you need them, are in the southeastern house. You can also hide in tents. Again, I shouldn't be running. I actually shouldn't be running, but I'm actually. I've then judged that this Jason player isn't that good, and I can take advantage of it. With a more experienced Jason, I'd probably be less inclined. So I just ran for too long and I tripped. So I go on the outside because that's where the fuse box will be. This is where you can call in Tommy J. Has he been called? Yes, he has. I'm guessing Jason's near this guy. Where is this friggin'... What? Makes no sense. This makes no sense. Did I just miss it? I might have just missed it. No, I'm gonna go up here. Oh, he's killed 3 people now. You got Tommy J? No. I'm starting to question myself. Jason broke through there. I'm gonna go back up here. And the game dropped and disconnected. Okay, well, guys, the video will end up being quite long. So yeah, and that's one of the things. Despite all this, the game is still fun, and I highly recommend that you pick it up. That's my opinion. I would generally play a bit longer, but we're at 35 minutes. I don't even know if that many people are going to watch it all the way to the end. So, with that said, that's the game. I hope you pick it up. I hope I see you on the game itself. Hit me up. Definitely would love to play with you guys. More than that, thanks for making me part of your day. Until next time, good gaming.